This is not going to be the most entertaining thing you see today. So if you need that right now, no hard feelings at all. What is your attention worth? I've been thinking about this contradiction. On the one hand, attention is more prized than ever before. It's worth billions of dollars to large tech companies. On the other hand, we seem to give away our attention to trade it more readily than ever. And I wanted to know why that is. When the 18th century economists were thinking about value, what is value? How do we quantify it? One approach that they took was they split value into two different types: value in use and value in exchange. Value in use is the utility of something to you if you use it. So if I have an apple and I eat it, it has some value in use. And if I use that apple, I cannot then exchange it with you. On the other hand, if I don't eat it, it does have value in exchange, and I could sell it to you or trade it to you for something else. So value in use, I eat it; value in exchange, I sell it. For most goods, the relationship between value in use and value in exchange is straightforward. If you use an item, or the more you use an item, the less value in exchange it has. I'll switch from an apple to a car. The more miles on a car, the more it's been used, the less its resale value. As you use something, the value in exchange goes down. One theory that I have is that the relationship flows the other way in the case of attention. As you exchange attention repeatedly, its value in use to you decreases. Now, how does that happen? There are three attentional costs that we could go through. The first is a simple opportunity cost. If I'm paying attention to something, I'm not paying attention to something else. That's level one. Level two is a little bit more pernicious in that if I am continuously exchanging my attention quickly for different things, my ability to choose how I direct my attention may erode over time. I think we've all felt this in ourselves to varying degrees. The third order is that as this happens, we actually lose the ability to pay attention to attention. We may lose the ability for meta attention, which is necessary for understanding how our attentional resources are being directed and how the nature of our attention is changing. So these are some hypotheses for the mechanism by which exchanging your attention a lot repeatedly may decrease its value in use to you, because now when you go to focus on a certain thing, your return on that attention may not be as positive or as satisfying as it had been in the past. This can turn into a bit of a vicious cycle where as you are exchanging your attention rapidly with the internet platforms, you may decrease the value of your attention to yourself, which then makes you more likely to exchange it, right? Like if I have an apple and I don't like apples, I'm more likely to want to exchange it. And if you start to like your attention less, or you start to feel like your attention is less useful to you, you will want to exchange it more or be willing to exchange it at a lower price. And this, of course, can start to feed back on itself. Decreased perceived value of your own attention, increased wish to be exchanging it, et cetera, et cetera. This is now going to get a little bit wishy-washy if it hasn't already, but I would argue that the value of your attention to yourself, the true value of your attention and use, is astronomical, because what you pay attention to defines your life in all kinds of ways. And the ability to choose where to direct your attention is really at the center of living a full and a free life. So how can we fix this? What are some solutions? Here are three possible ones. The first is to increase the perceived value and use of attention, the perceived value of your own attention. One idea here is like, where's the Fitbit for digital health or attentional quality? When we track something as a metric, we tend to value it more. Steps, sleep. And the technology definitely exists to do this. Like, my phone knows so much about me. It could definitely be generating a sort of composite score with recommendations to hone my attention. I would like to be nudged in the right direction here. The second one may be less effective, but it's to decrease the value in exchange of low quality attention. Use ad blockers. Try to make sure your personal information is divided across different providers, or better yet, in a repository that you own so that you can use your own data to make better decisions. The third is to create better markets for high quality attention. Right now, there are very liquid and efficient markets for low quality attention. But if there were a platform that rewarded depth as opposed to just engagement, that could incentivize the market to supply and maintain a higher quality of attention. I certainly have not figured this out in my personal life. I'm speaking to you as someone who has tried to opt out of the attention economy in a few different ways and has failed miserably. While I was writing the script for this, I probably checked my phone 100 times. And for the clearest signal of my failure, look at the platform I'm speaking to you on right now. To whatever happens next, to whatever we make happen next, let's resolve to pay as close attention as we can. If this resonated, I'll try to do more attention stuff. I like thinking about it, and so if I can nudge myself to think about it more, that will be a win. Thanks for watching.